parameter error? Okay, TikTok. Okay, then. Weird. You're being weird. All right, then. Anyway, it's Thursday. Long time no see. It's Thursday. Let's do a little bit of Reiki. Yeah? And then I'm going to do some reads for this evening. I don't have my cameras set up like normal, just so you guys know. Normally I try to have them set together, and they're not. They're kind of like that a little bit. I've separated you two. So it's weird seeing myself on two screens. But that doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's do the things. Yeah? Yeah? Absolutely. Absolutely. Happy spring. Happy spring. Did you know this morning at, well, for people in the central time zone, at 4:20 this morning, it's officially spring here in Oklahoma. It's officially spring everywhere now. Bet. I am done with this. We even had like spitting icy snow yesterday. That's dumb. That's dumb. It's spring. It's spring, man. Stop it. All right. Are we ready? The answer is yes. Just like always, you guys can take these first few hand movements. Excuse me. You can do these first few hand movements. Please don't take my hands. You can do these first few hand movements with me. The only thing I ask is that you take a deep breath, these first 6 deep breaths. So we can chill out, we can calm down, we can have a good time. Yes? The answer is yes. Shut up, bitch. Let's go. Ready? Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Last one, deep breath. Are we ready for some grounding? The answer is yes. We're not going to do a lot of grounding tonight, though, because it's fucking spring. We all want our head in the clouds, right? Yo. We ready for the sacral? I have the wrong shirt on. My sleeves are going to fall all the time. Ready for the sacral chakra? Yeah, are ya? Yeah. Ooh, pulled my hair. Take a breath. We ready for the solar plexus? Yeah? Ready for the heart chakra? I'm gonna move my hair out of the way because I'm pulling it. Ready for the heart chakra? Yeah? I'm using a different playlist tonight. Unsure what I think about it. Just breathe for a minute. Ready? Ready for the throat chakra? Ready for the third eye? Are you? Are you? Yes? Ready for the crown? Ready? Breathe. Big breath. Since it's spring, I'm going to ask you guys to do one of two things. Well, I'm asking you to do two things, not one of two things, two things. If you're on TikTok, please do all the likings, do all the tappings. I've been shadow banned, so do all the liking. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And what is it you're cleaning out? What is it you're fucking cleaning out? Because this winter lasted like 74 fucking years. I'm done with it. I know y'all are done with it. What is it we're cleaning out? What is it we're leaving in the snow buried somewhere else? All right, I'm gonna kind of beat you up on one side and then the other, and then we're gonna fix it. Yeah? Oh yeah, I don't like this one. Nope. Better. That was just too leprechaun. Ready? Don't know that I like this one either. You guys want to go back to the regularly scheduled playlist? I agree. That one sucks. That one sucks. Don't like it. There we go. All right. Ready? So the OG playlist from last year is no longer there. I've looked. It's gone. For the new member over there on YouTube, I appreciate that. Just a quick reminder, no political discussions, no talking about other creators, and if you want to be a dick, you can see yourself out, or my mods will do it for you. There's a no tolerance policy in here. If you want to be hateful, move on about your way. Thank you, Julia. Big breath. Don't be creepy. Creepy will get you blocked. Don't care who you are. Don't be creepy. What, Lord? For those of you guys that are curious about what I'm doing with my hands and making shitty comments about it, you should learn what mudras are. Ready? Are you breathing? Are you breathing? We're rolling the sleeves up. Can't handle it anymore. Here's what I want you guys to kind of envision while you're taking deep breaths in and out with this. Okay? I want you to let so much carbon dioxide out of your lungs. I want you to push out so much that your body has to go to suck oxygen in. All of it. At least once tonight. Okay? Clear out all of that stupid ass bullshit that's sitting in there. That's sitting in there. That's blocking you. That's energetically stopping you up. Okay? Because I don't know about y'all, but I am so sick of seasonal depression. I get it. I get it. It's bullshit. But it's fucking spring. And we're all ready to go out and conquer the fucking world. Am I right? Am I right? The answer is yes, by the way. Thank you, NYC, NYC. What kind of music do I recommend for helping an 11-year-old with ADHD? The solfeggio frequencies. All of them. Just have a playlist. They'll find one that they like more than others. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? I want you to think about it for a minute. Just one. You can pick one superpower. What would it be? A lot of people saying flying. Ooh, shape-shifting. That's a good one. Ooh, a lot of people said shape-shifting. I love that some of you are in the same boat I am, or you don't know which one to pick. Thank you guys for all the new followers and subscribers. I appreciate you, every single one of you. For those of you guys that are new to watching me, I am the Blue Bodhi. I am a master teacher or grandmaster in 9 different forms of Reiki, including the one you see here, which is Omni Reiki. It is my own creation. What I'm doing with my hands are called mudras. These are used to channel energy. They're used in Buddhism, they're used in Hinduism, they're used in yoga. Just saying. Breathe. If you're one of those people that I've just seen saying that this is the only kind of Reiki you can feel, it's probably because you're neurospicy. I love that. How many of you guys have cats or dogs watching with you right now? Are you breathing? Just a reminder, if you're creepy, if you're a dick, and if you come in with ratty ass trolling things that I've heard 50 bazillion times over the last 5 years, you can see yourself right out. My mods are happy to help you find the door. All right. Are you breathing? I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite mudras. You ready? Especially for those of you guys that are ready to leave all the winter bullshit behind and start over. All you do is take your thumb and wrap it right there over your middle finger. And if you have to take your other hand and manipulate it, that's fine. This one right here is a mudra for release. So, it's one of my favorites. And just because I can do it really easy, it's because I've been practicing for years. So don't stress if you're like, dude, my thumb doesn't move that way. Just saying. So I see a lot of you guys are like, my thumb's too short. If you can't do it like this, you can do this. And then you kind of look cooler because you look like you're doing something weird. But I'm just saying, just thumb to the top right there. Okay? Just like that. There you say. There you say. There you go. Brain no work words. All right. I want to know, what is something you're looking forward to this spring? What's something that you're looking forward to this spring? Flowers? Sunshine? A new job you're starting? What are you looking forward to this spring? I love that so many of you are looking forward to vacation. The return of migratory species in your area. I love that. Oh, Queen, thank you. I will pray to all of the old gods for you as well. May Zeus and Odin bless you with everything you deserve in life. Oh, wow. Let me go ahead and screenshot that since you want to threaten me. I appreciate it. Been a hot minute since I've had a death threat. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe that didn't get filtered either. Unfortunately, for those of you guys that are surprised at that comment, Yeah. It's always a thing. If y'all saw half of the messages that I get on my DMs, you would probably be utterly flabbergasted. You'd be utterly flabbergasted. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm used to it at this point. I have been on TikTok with a larger account for 5 years. For 5 years. I got thick skin, bitches. I had thick skin before, but God, it is buffalo hide at this point. So, to combat all the bullshit and all the mean hatefulness and all of that crap, let's do my favorite part. Let's do my favorite part, because we didn't do it on Monday. But it's spring, and we should do my favorite part. TikTok, I may have to pause you for a minute. Hold, please. Because if I don't do this... There we go. The joys of being diabetic. There you go. I knew if I didn't check that, it was going to keep going off. All right. My favorite part, if you guys are not familiar with what my favorite part is, that is put something in the chat that you needed to hear. Whether it's today, whether it's at your lowest, whether you just feel like maybe somebody else needs to hear something good. Please, please put that in the chat. Because you never know who's watching. You never know who's going to watch this on YouTube later and see your comment. You never know who's scrolling through TikTok and maybe they just asked for a sign. Maybe they asked for a sign that humanity is still something good and they come across your comment. You never ever know how much your ripples, what you say and what you do matters. You'll never know how much it matters. Let's see here. We're going to do that one because that one was too low. I love you right back. am feeling so much better. Thank you. Go ahead and block that one. Well, welcome, Johnny. Thank you. Don't argue with that person, y'all. They came in just to get attention. Don't feed the trolls. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because my arms be turning to the rubbery rubber. But before you guys start to run off, before I start reads, I want to remind you of one thing. You're fucking awesome. You are. I know that when I said that, you're like, I'm not though. You are though. You are though. I want to just remind you, so many millions and billions of things, perfect moments had to happen for you to exist. Think about it. How many people throughout history had to be in the exact right time, at the exact right place, in the just exact moment to meet somebody else for you to exist? For you to exist. Think about it. How many things had to happen perfectly just for you to exist? You're fucking amazing. You're fucking amazing. If you think about it, statistically, you shouldn't exist. I shouldn't exist. None of us should exist, statistically. But yet here you are. Here you are. And you're fucking amazing. And don't ever let anyone tell you different. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Because you know what? Fuck that person. You should be sad that they can't see how amazing every single human being is. Even the bad ones. You're fucking amazing. You're fucking amazing. You are the reason that somebody smiles. You are the reason somebody hears a certain song or a joke and they giggle because they think about you. You are the reason someone has a favorite coffee cup or t-shirt. You are the reason that somebody smiles throughout the day. You're fucking amazing. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently. And if they want to try to tell you differently, send them my way. I'll fucking school them. Just saying. I'm just saying. For those of you guys that just found me this evening, I do this usually a little longer, but I'm getting over being sick and yeah, I'm getting my stamina back. Every single Monday and every single Thursday at 8:30 Central, I do a Reiki session. I have kept this schedule for almost 5 damn years straight. I've been doing this since 2020 on TikTok, 5 damn years. Every single Monday and Thursday, I have been here at 8:30. Not every single one. There's been some times I've been sick, but I am always here. Okay? Don't ever think that you're alone. Never. Never. Anytime you see me on, come hang out. My mods are here. I'm here. I'm just saying. Anytime you feel like you're alone, you can go watch one of my videos and know that you're not alone. Okay? Happy spring. Happy spring. You're fucking awesome. Don't forget it. All right. We're going to do some readings this evening. Yeah? The answer is yes. All right, let's see here. Miss Lori is first. Lori T, you're first. Let's see here. I would like for you to work correctly. Be great. All right, there we go. I'll just flip it off camera. You know what? I'm just going to put this back here. I've noticed that the algorithms on TikTok are finally getting back to normal. I've had a lot of people come across my personal For You page that I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. Got all excited. There's still a few people that I've had to go seek out. But it's all right. It's all right. All right. Ready, Miss Lori? So you have, going forward, truth and abundance. And I want you to notice each one of these look like spring. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Each one of these cards look like spring. These are spring restart readings about what you need to do, where the restart needs to happen in your life right now. This is the going forward card. A lot of times we get stuck in a situation, and I'm going to liken it to being in like a codependent relationship. We get so wrapped up in the situation that even though we know that we're done, we know that we no longer want to be in this situation, we no longer want to be around this person, but we just can't stop, we can't leave, we can't be done, or we think we can't. I'm going to advise you that with the spring equinox, channel your inner Mr. Spock. Okay? Channel your inner Mr. Spock. You need to take the emotion out of the situation, because the emotion is what's holding you back. The emotion of the situation itself is what's holding you back. Because if you take the emotion out of it and you look at the situation logically, you're going to realize that you're the one that holds the key. You hold the key to the cage that you've put yourself in. You hold the key to the car to drive off into the sunset. You hold the key to the new house, to the new job. You hold the key, Lori. But our heart plays tricks on us a lot. And we think that we're stuck in a situation that we're really not even in. And I hope that made sense. When you're, because everybody understands this, a relationship, okay? When you feel like you're stuck in a relationship that you no longer care about, you've already checked out, right? You've already checked out. Like, you don't care. You've already checked out. They can do whatever. You just don't give a fuck. But you stay because your heart's like, well, but we've been together however many years or months, or we've been together this long, and, you know, it'd hurt them. Going forward is the thing. Going forward, you hold the key to that. You hold the key to it. We don't realize that because we try to soften the blow for ourselves or someone else. We don't want to hurt people. But channel your inner Vulcan, Lori. All you have to do is take the first step. That's it. All you gotta do is take the first step. Because when I want you to look at this card while I'm talking about this, because we're going to talk about the truth card next. But I want you to notice how the path is so bright right here. Like, the whole path is bright, but right here is super bright, right? When you step onto that path, the very first step, once you're fully on the path, that very first step is so empowering. It is so empowering because it seems like it's a monumentous thing when it's not. It's just literally a step forward. But it's so empowering. It only takes a couple of steps and you start to see the truth of a situation. You start to see the truth of a lot of things. Because when you start to distance yourself from a situation, from a job, from a person, from a family member, from whatever it is, when you start to distance yourself away from it and the emotions aren't holding you there anymore, you start to see the truth of the situation. You start to see what everybody on the outside was trying to tell you. That comes with it's an interesting ball of wax, that truth, because we see where we've been fooling ourselves, and then we see where we've been fooled by other people. So when you hit this truth and you start to see all of the things about this situation, this is easier said than done. I know. Don't beat yourself up because you stayed. Don't beat yourself up because you left. Don't beat yourself up because you know you hurt somebody or they hurt you. I'm not saying don't deal with the feelings, because if you don't deal with the feelings, they will fester and eat you up. But you can't change it. Okay? It happened. It's over. Okay? You did not just come in my live and do that. Mods, will one of you guys please screenshot that person? Do you know how rude it is to come into someone else's live stream and try to promote your business? I hope that your business has all of the success it deserves, if that is how you feel you need to do things. I'm just saying. And the fact that you're a newer account, yeah, you can fuck all the way off. I don't even know what to say to that. That would be like, I see you, Misty Dawn. That would be like me going into another reader's live and being like, by the way, I do that too, and I can do that. So-and-so asks me all the time. Fuck all the way off, man. Fuck all the way off with your brand new little account. I hope your business has every bit of the success it deserves. And if you're pushing that you sell selenite sticks in a live so someone can cleanse their shit and you do it for people all the time, bitch, it tells me you don't know dick about shit. Fuck all the way off. I said what I said. I said all the things I just said. I screenshotted your account. I know my mod screenshotted your account. Guess what? I have time. That is so disrespectful. I'm going to tell you guys something else. And then I promise I'll get back to Lori and the other reads. I'm going to tell you guys something else. I scroll through people's lives, right? Like I love to go in, especially people I'm mutual with, when I see that they're on live, and I'll support them and I send them gifts and goodies and you know what I mean? I love to do that. Not one motherfucking time would I ever do something like that. But guess what? I see people do it to mutuals. I see people do it to brand new creators. I am that person. I have insomnia. And so guess what? I will screenshot your account. I don't care if you're doing it in mine, in my live, or someone else's live. If you're pushing your business on somebody else's business, oh, bitch, I will screenshot your account, and I have multiple troll accounts. I will report you with every fucking account I have. Everyone. Because that is so rude. It's so rude and disrespectful. You know what? I hope a cat pisses on every bit of the selenite that you have in your little shop you're trying to peddle, and you can never get it out. I hope that every time you get a shipment of selenite in, something pisses on it and it's ruined. Every one of them. Fuck all the way off. Miss Lori, thank you for letting me rant for a minute. Like, are you serious? Yeah. Lori, once you start getting on this path, you'll see all of the truth that everybody else tried to tell you. And it will make you mad, and you'll be upset at yourself. But I want to reiterate, it happened, and it's over. It happened. It was what it was. It is what it is. And now you're moving on. Deal with the feels, deal with the trauma, deal with the issues, deal with all the emotions and everything, but don't beat yourself up over it. I know that people are like, that's easier said than done, bitch. I know. Do the shadow work. Don't wait. Okay? Because I love this. I love that the last card I pulled for you that came out of the deck for you is the abundance card. It tells me that you feel like you've been stuck in a holding pattern for so long that you feel defeated. And that there is something with this particular spring, there is something that has you feeling hopeful again. And I think that's phenomenal. I think that's fantastic. Everybody should feel hopeful with every spring, but I know that's not always the case. So the fact that this popped up, it tells me that you feel hopeful again. Bottle that up. Bottle that energy up, Put it in some crystals. Put it in a necklace, a pendant, whatever. Put it in some piece of jewelry that you wear all the time. And use it, utilize it. I will say this too, and this is a tip for all of you, okay? If you have a favorite perfume or a favorite oil, go put that bitch in the windowsill tonight. Go put that in the windowsill tonight. Or set it outside. If it's not going to freeze, set it outside. Put it in the windowsill. And here's why. What the fuck? Piece of lipstick. Let it soak up this spring equinox energy. Let it soak it up. Let it soak up this first moon of spring. No, it's not a full moon. No, it's not a new moon. What? Let it soak up. Let it soak up spring. Every time you put it on, I want you to remember that hope and that drive and how amazing you feel right now. Okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. Lori, I hope that helped. Channel your inner Spock. Channel your inner Vulcan. And take the step. Take the step. Okay? Take the step forward. Miss Heidi Poo is next. What's up, Miss Heidi? You guys want to know about being a powerful mamma jamma? I am much better. Thank you for asking. When there's a big celestial event coming up, not an eclipse, not an eclipse. When there's a celestial event coming up, the planets aligning, a meteor shower, a full moon. When there's a particularly powerful event coming up, go buy yourself a brand new bottle of your favorite oil, perfume, body spray, whatever. And mark it that this is your special one. Okay? Set that out so it can soak up that energy. Whether it's moonlight, whether it's planetary alignment, whatever. And when you have a day where you need to be powerful, where maybe you're going for a job interview, or you're getting married, or you're going on a first date, or you're asking for a raise, when you have a day that you need to feel powerful as fuck, that's when you wear that. What's up, Chris? That's when you wear that. That's how you make yourself a powerful ass motherfucker on a day-to-day basis. Okay? All right, Heidi. Okay. So you have community, success, and protection. I find it interesting. When I was drawing your cards, I don't know if you noticed or not, there was a card that came out, and I was going to put this card the third because there was one that came out kind of underneath it. And as soon as I went to touch it, it was like, nope, that card goes second. So I love that the protection card is last. I kind of want to start with the protection real quick and then do that. Here's why I want to start with this. Because what this tells me is that you feel like, for some reason, it's almost like you feel that somebody has been fucking with you continually, but you have no idea who it could be. Like, there's nobody that it could be that's fucking with you continually. Feeling like you need extra protection on a day-to-day basis gets so fucking tiring. It gets so fucking tiring. The community card. When I look at this card, it's funny because normally I would say, well, this means you're going to find your tribe and so on, because this card is all about friends and, you know, obviously a group of people and so on, and finding your tribe and everything. But I think for you, it's a little different. Heidi's idea of community and other people's ideas of community are different, because where you are is not where you grew up. Does that make sense? Just because I know you a little bit, right? You grew up somewhere completely different. So the sense of community that you grew up with is different than what people around you right now think is community. I'm going to encourage you to find a community that is like the community you grew up with. Like, I'll shank a bitch, whatever, you know, not just, well, let me bring you a pie. You know, like, does that make sense? Does that make sense? The community that you deserve and the community you need is not the community that is right there. And I don't mean you have to move. I don't mean anything like that. I'm trying to convey it. Sometimes we end up being around the same types of people that have hurt us in the past. Hopefully that made better sense. There's always one person in our past that has hurt us in a way that, even though we feel like we've healed from it, we continue to rotate around that same type of fucking person. Good. I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. And I'm going to give you an example, a personal example, because it took me a long time to realize this. And when I realized it, I went, what the fuck? So I've been married twice and I've been engaged a couple of times. All to cancers. Every time, fucking cancer. I cannot stay away from them. I can be on a dating app and I can peg, oh, that's a cancer. That's a cancer. That, like, I know it's fucking weird, right? And after I broke up with the last person I was dating, who also was a cancer, I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why is it that I rotate around cancers? And in my mind, I thought, okay, well, my first husband was a cancer and we had, like, every cancer I've ever met, we have like an instant bond and blah, blah, blah. And then one day I was driving around and I had something smack me right in the fucking face. And I had this moment of, oh my fucking God. And when I realized this, I realized that I had been keeping the same type of person around me all the time, looking for approval when I was never going to get that approval because I was looking in the wrong place. I realized that I was dating people and being married to people that were just like my mom. My mom was a late cancer cusp. Like, she was a Leo cusp. So I craved people that had the cancer traits that also had drama. Because even though in my mind, I thought it was because of the first person I married, no, it was because I grew up like that. So now I recognize that. And as soon as I see somebody and that I see the drama, my brakes come on and I'm like, no, bitch. But we keep those people around us because We feel like that's the community we deserve, and it's not. So I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. The thing is, this community that you're looking for, you need a community that is way tougher. You need a community that they all carry knives. Like you need a community that is happy to put on the shit kickers and stomp a motherfucker. You need that kind of community. And once you find that kind of community, and to be honest, I think that it's going to fall in your lap. And I think that this is the sign. So when it falls in your when it falls in your lap, you're going to go, oh my God. There is someone in this community that magically falls in your lap that is going to help you move forward career-wise. I hope that made sense. It's going to help you move forward career-wise, help you be successful, help you. I keep wanting to say move forward, move forward, move forward. It's weird. One of the things that I love about finding a community that really supports you is that just having friends that are aligned with you, with, your beliefs or whatever, is a very empowering thing. And there's always somebody in that group that can give you some insight that you have been just overlooking. And that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. This group also offers you this. We talked about protection first because that feeling that you constantly have somebody attacking you is bullshit. It's bullshit. Whether it's at work, whether it's personally, whatever. And I think that it's been a very long time since you felt protected. And I'm not saying, so when I say that, guys, it's not that I'm saying somebody isn't protected. We do all our own protections. Everybody does their own protections, right? Whether it's, making the sign of the cross before you leave the house, or doing all the candles and spell work or whatever. We all do our own types of protection. But having a community that cares about you offers its own amazing, amazing type of protection that you can't find anywhere else. That you can't find anywhere else. So, I hope that makes sense, Heidi. I hope that makes sense. I think that because I saw you say that you've been trying to move forward for a while and you felt stuck. Sometimes we just need to see things in a different way. Just saying. Felt blocked at work. Okay. Miss Christina Ramsey, you're next. I like that your cards are just randomly falling out. It's great. Okay. I love that you literally start your spring restart read with change. With change. And this one like fell out of the deck. Like I was shuffling and it was like, poof. And then you have enlightenment. And then you have healing chaos. So let's talk about this. I am going to say, make sure that this spring you have your big kid pants on, because having the change come up first, whatever it was that you've been manifesting, that you've asked the universe for, that you've put out there, you just want something to change. Always fixing to change. You're fixing to have a crazy big change, shift, etc. And I think it's going to take you by surprise. In no way do I think it's a bad change either. So don't stress out that you're like, oh God, I don't think it's going to be a bad change. I think it's just going to be a surprise. Like you weren't even putting in for a promotion at work and the boss comes and is like, hey, so-and-so is retiring and I want you to take over this job. You had no idea this was going to be a thing. It's a good change. It's a good surprise, but it's a fucking surprise. That's the kind of change that's headed your way. It is a big change. It is a big shift. It's a big movement. It is completely... It is going to be stressful. It is going to be stressful. I'm not going to lie. Like just like if you were to get put into some big role at work or whatever that, you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I know you can. I know you can. I know you can do it. But it is going to be stressful. I'm just letting you know. And so when it gets really stressful, I want you to remember right now, and when you've asked the universe, like, I just need a change. I just need a leg up. I just need something to change. I want you to remember that, okay? I want you to remember all of these times where you felt like you were just a fucking monkey on a leash going around and around and around. I want you to remember those times. So when you get stressed, I want you to pause and I just want you to think back about where you were versus where you are. The reason I say that is twofold, because this is the enlightenment card. When a big change happens, we usually don't get the enlightenment with the change. We just don't. Because the change is so intense and insane that we're caught up in the change. And it's only when we sit back and we look and we're like, oh my God, I wouldn't have had XYZ if this didn't happen. I wouldn't be doing this if this didn't happen. Or do you see what I'm saying? So this change is going to bring about a massive epiphany for you, and a big level up with your own like spiritual path and where you're going just in life. It's also going to cause you to let go of a bunch of shit. A lot of times when we have this kind of epiphany, it comes with this weird cost, for lack of a better term. It's just like that epiphany when you realize, and every single person has felt this way, when you're done with a relationship, whether it's a friendship, an actual romantic relationship, a family member, whatever. When you hit the point, there's a little switch and you're just like, and I'm done. And I'm done. And nothing will change your mind. And it may be the little teeny tiniest thing after a ton of big things, but just that one little thing, all it takes is that single moment. And you know that you're ready to move forward, you're ready to do something else, And you also know that you have to let this person go or this situation go. So when this epiphany happens, when this enlightenment happens, I want you to know that it's going to take you a little bit to, I don't want to say get over. This is the Healing Chaos card. It's going to take you a little bit to get over some of the feels that go with this. When you let go of this, I really feel like it's a situation. I really feel like I feel like there's multiple people involved. I don't feel like it's just one person. Aw, thank you, Raven. I really feel like it's a situation. I really feel like there's at least 3 people involved. So there's going to be a lot of feelings, a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of upset, a lot of sadness of letting things go. And then the other thing that I feel like is going to happen with this as well is there's going to be one person in this situation that is, they're going to act upset, like they're sad that you're no longer a part of this situation, but they're actually angry. They're actually angry. And they're going to do everything they can to manipulate you to get back into the situation. And it's not going to feel like manipulation at first. It'll feel like a guilt trip, but which I guess is manipulation. But you know what I'm saying? You're going to start seeing it for what it is, and then it's going to make you mad because you're going to realize that this motherfucker has been doing this to you for a long time. And that's going to cause a little bit more chaos. So you need to have a good, healthy way to get rid of this anger, because when it's blatant and you know it's blatant, it's going to make you so mad. It's going to make you so mad. I'm just letting you know. And I'm glad that you know exactly who I'm talking about. I hate at the same time that you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm thrilled for this change. I am thrilled for this change for you, though. It's going to be so fantastic. I think that it's beyond anything you had actually planned or asked the universe for. And I think that it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. And you're going to have to let us know. You're going to have to let us know what it is. And then I saw Cowboy Willie said, I love your videos. They help me through some tough times in my life. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm glad I can help in any way. I wanted to make sure to let you know I saw your comment. And that means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it more than you know. More than you know. Yeah, Christina, you're going to have to let us know. You're going to have to let us know what the big change is. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. All right. Kimberly Howard is next. I'm currently on my first 5, and then I'll start on the rest of my list. You are so welcome. Want one, but okay. All right. Ready? I actually have not burned the blood moon workings yet. So I'm in Oklahoma. I'm in Tulsa, and we have been under a fire ban. Like Friday, when I was on live and we were talking about the fires that were going on everywhere, we had more fires over the weekend. We had a ton of fires yesterday. Actually, no, Tuesday. We're under a fire weather watch again tomorrow. Like, I am so sick of being I'm so sick of the wind. I am so sick of the wind. Like, I went out earlier. I got in my car in the garage. I backed out of the garage. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even really go in the wind. and I was in the car and I was just doing this. I had a big ass knot out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck? I fucked up one of my nails and I had to go get it fixed. Just barely going from the car to the door to the office. I was like, what? I am so sick of the wind. I'm so sick of the wind. I'm so sick of the wind. I'm just done, man. I'm just done. You know, and I'm not going to lie. I got a little freaked out last night. I went outside, took my dogs out to pee. As soon as I opened the door, I smell something burning. And it was like a chemically thing. It wasn't just like somebody's fireplace, or if it was somebody's fireplace, like, I don't know what's on the wood you're burning, but it stunk. So then of course I'm like, oh God, like it's dark, so I can't see smoke anywhere. And I kind of worried about it all evening. I worried about it all evening, and I still smelled it this morning. So I assume it is somebody's fireplace or whatever around here, and they just got some gross wood. But I hate being paranoid of it. I hate being paranoid of it. I can't even imagine driving a semi in this. Those of you guys that drive semis, I can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom that. So, yeah, the fires, the fact that they're telling everybody, like, we're used to fire weather here, like fire watches and stuff like that. But Friday and Sass was here, so she got to hear it, and I had to point it out. I was like, that's weird. That's weird. Like, you know, they always say, like, hey, don't toss cigarettes out of your car, which should be common sense, but no one has goddamn common sense. But they were actually, like, telling people, like, hey, if you have a trailer, make sure the chain isn't dragging. Like, all these little things that could start a spark. I was like, what the fuck? I've never, ever heard that. And then the humidity here in Oklahoma was so low that the air has been so dry, which is weird. So, yeah, it's been you can't burn anything, we'll find the fuck out of you. So, I haven't even been able to start my chimenea, nothing. Like, I don't want that $500 fine. I love you, but I don't want that $500 fine. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of it. Like, I think I would rather have storms. I would rather have severe weather. I would rather have severe weather than fires. I would. 100% hands down. I would rather have severe weather. So, yeah. And I hope that makes sense. Some of you guys are like, what? That's dumb. Yeah, I'd rather have severe fires, severe weather. But yeah, as soon as they lift that, then, I'm burning some shit. I like to burn shit. I haven't been able to burn shit. Just saying. Just saying. All right, Kim. Ready? I like to burn shit. I do. That's one thing that sucks is my big cauldron is in my storage unit right now. I can't wait to get that bitch back out. For those of you guys that don't know, I found at an antique shop this thing it weighs 250 pounds. It's on a custom rolling base. It was a sugarcane cauldron. I have one of those. This thing is like this fucking deep. It's crazy. It's like this fucking thick. It weighs so much. But when I found it, I got so giddy excited. It was stupid. I got so excited. I was like, that's mine. How much did it cost? A lot. Like $350. So really, I mean, not a lot. I've seen them for way more, and this one actually had a custom base for it. Like it's on rollers, big old wheels. I can roll it around. But I love it so much. It is worth every bit of that $350. It's worth every bit. All right, Kimberly. Okay. I think that I need to just schedule us all to have a gossip session. I agree. $350 for a huge cauldron that'll last you forever. And I want to say that it's from the 1930s. Like it's thick as fuck. Like it's thick as fuck. But it was used to like melt sugar cane in. And you have to get sugar. If y'all have ever tried to melt sugar, I don't know the logistics of sugar cane, but it A, takes a very high heat, and B, it gets hot as fuck. It gets hot as fuck. Like I used to do a lot of really crazy baking and making candy and stuff, and the spun sugar, Jesus, that stuff, you have to get that so fucking hot. So fucking hot. Okay, focus, bitch. I feel like I've been grounded and I haven't been able to talk to my friends, and now I'm like 13 and I'm like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Just saying. All right. Kimberly, you have protection, voyage, and delight. Okay. So let's talk about this protection card. Let's talk about this protection card right off the bat. Spring is going to be a lot of turmoil for people around you. When things start happening around you, I want you to remember this card. Karma is a thing. Karma is a thing. Thank you, Brandon. Well, can one of you guys, hopefully one of you guys can get her. Karma is a thing. You have been the bigger person for so long. You have turned the other cheek for so long. You have done every single thing that you were supposed to do. You have been a good human. You've been a good human. And you've taken the brunt of so much shit for the last 2 years that all the karma is going to start falling onto the people around you that have not been a good person. I want you to remember that you're protected. Okay? I want you to remember that you're protected. It is going to touch some people really close to you that have been shitty humans. And in the moment, it's going to suck because even though you know that person's a shitty human, you still kind of care about them and you don't really want to see them get hurt, but you know they kind of deserve some karma. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be that kind of internal struggle of, I know that you're a shitty human and you did some shitty shit and you deserve some karma, but at the same time, you know, you're my friend or my family member or whatever, and I hate seeing you hurt. I want you to keep in mind the entire time that you're protected. Because this voyage card is not, oh, you're going on a fantastic vacation. Has nothing to do with that. This voyage card is the fact that this karma that's going to swirl around a lot of people in your close circle, when their karma starts hitting, and it's literally going to be like fucking explosions going off. with you being protected, one of the ways that the protection is going to work is that you're going to get removed from a situation. Okay? So this could be like, let's say you work for a big company and maybe somebody got caught stealing shit. And so they launch an investigation and a bunch of people around you get in big trouble, right? You weren't a part of it. So you know you're not going to get in trouble and you're not worried about it. However, the universe wants to protect you and totally remove you from that situation. So randomly your boss comes over and is like, hey, I put you in for a promotion, a raise, blah, blah, blah. And now you have a new office. Way the fuck over here away from these motherfuckers. Like that kind of voyage. Okay. So when you start to notice the karma bombs going off around you, know that, you probably will be going on a little voyage. So you're not in the middle of, in other words, there will be no collateral damage on you. Does that make sense? I will say this. I feel like there is a man particularly around you that he has said something, done something, fucked with somebody that somebody's done a working against him. Whoever this is, like it's a bigger guy. He has big, broad shoulders, dark hair, beard. Somebody has done something against him. He's pissed off a witchy person, basically. And I appreciate it because I think that this person is making sure that there's not any collateral damage with it. So I'm just saying. Expect to get removed from that person in a very intense way. And you might not understand it at first. Okay. What I do love about it though is even though this voyage and you getting removed from the situation might be kind of a shock at first, might be a little stressful, you might be looking around like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. What do I do? Just kind of settle into the change a little bit because I love this. Part of your protection and part of you getting removed from the situation, saved from the situation, is putting you in a spot that is not only prosperity, I want to say prosperous and prosperity at the same time. That's not only prosperous, but happy. It's like going from straight dead of night winter into beautiful sunshiny 85 degrees. Does that make sense? So this delight card makes me beyond happy. It makes me beyond happy. But like I said, just know this thing is going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Just saying. And I've been watching your comments, so I'm glad this makes sense. I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. You are so welcome, Kim. You're so welcome. Miss Tiffany Merriman, what are you up to? I feel like I haven't read for you in forever. Nope, that is like 5 cards. Ready? Okay. You have solitude, and then purity, and then protection. the reason that I was kind of looking a little harder is that the solitude card, I love this, okay? I love the card. It's a gorgeous card, but it's dark. You know what I mean? It just looks so much darker than these two. Obviously, night and day different than that. This first part of spring, there's going to be some isolation on your part. There's going to be probably more isolation than you expect. And here's the thing, a lot of people love solitude, right? I love my solitude. I love alone time. I love soaking in a hot bath for an hour with nobody fucking bothering me every night. I love sleeping by myself, you know, like things like that. But there does come a point when we need other people around us. When, you know, we want to wake up in the morning and have our best friend, you know, we can talk to our best friend or our group of ladies or, you know, whatever. So even though a lot of times we self-impose solitude on a situation, on just ourself in general or whatever, we do get to a point where we're like, you know, I want a people. Sometimes we remember exactly why we didn't want a people when we start peopling. But I think that this solitude, this first part of spring, I would really expect for the next couple of weeks. There's probably going to be a lot of solitude on your part, and to the point that you start to think, like, what the fuck did I do? Like, is everybody mad at me? I think you're going to start, like, questioning things, because it's going to be something where, you know, maybe you reach out to some of your friends or whatever and they don't answer right away, or I don't know. It's just going to be really odd. The first few days, not a big deal. You're going to be super happy with it. Like, yeah, bitch, don't call me. But this is eventually going to start making you overthink everything. A lot of the people that are in your circle that you talk to all the time, they're going to come back and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I've been really sick, or I was out of town, or whatever. But there are going to be a few. There are going to be a few that are going to hand you a line of bullshit. And you're going to know damn well that they're lying. Not only are they lying, but they need to kick rocks. And that's going to be something, it's going to be hard to do, but easy at the same time. You know what I mean? Like hard on the heart. And then when you do it, it's going to be really freeing. And that's where this comes in, this Purify card. Once this happens and you're like, you know what? That is a fucking lie. That's bullshit. If you didn't want to hang out with me, or if you didn't want to talk to me, it's all you got to say. You know, you don't got to pretend or whatever. Once you have that moment, that little switch moment, you're going to go into purification mode. As in the closets, the house, all the friends, like all the things. And I think that that's a great thing, because here's what I'm going to say. Normally, I don't talk a lot about, like, I feel like this was done or whatever. But this protection card right here coming up after the purity card tells me that there's something in your space that somebody has left there that's causing problems. And I mean, on purpose, they left it there. Whether it is, okay, so I'm going to give this example, and some of you guys are going to feel called out. And please don't take it that way. I mean, I guess if you do, you do. But you know how when you're dating somebody and or you've gone out with somebody and they come by your house and they leave something there on accident, And when you see it the next day, you're like, oh, because you know damn well they did it on purpose. That's what I'm talking about. I had a friend when I was younger, my early 20s. We weren't friends for very long. But she would brag about leaving items of clothing, like a sock. Not just like, I left my underwear. Like she would wear extra things to somebody's house so she could leave it there if she liked them or she wanted them to make sure that they called her or whatever. And I was like, why? I was never the person to leave anything anywhere. Fuck no. I am not leaving my toothbrush at your house. I'm not leaving a hair at your house. I ain't leaving shit at your house. Don't leave anything at mine. But she would on purpose. So they would have to talk to her again. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody has left something in your space on purpose, Tiffany. And so when you come across it, you're going to be pissed. Because I think that they've hid it on purpose. So it's like they always have an energetic tie to you. They know that they left it there. They know that they hid it. And they know that it allows them like an energetic tether to you. It allows them always to have one more contact with you. So when you find this thing, man, throw that fucking thing in the trash. Don't give them the opportunity to come back and get it. Purify your space. Throw all the shit out. Clean the friends list. Nope. Because whoever this is, they do whatever they can to either manipulate your energy or suck your energy dry. They don't need to be back in your space. They don't need to be back in your house. They don't even need to be anywhere close to you. Okay? I'm just saying. What's up? Just saying, Tiff. Okay? Man, the scammers be scamming this evening. The scammers be scamming. I caught that one coming in. All right, let's see here. There we go. Let me fix this. Miss Lesa G, you are next. I am feeling better. Thank you for asking. You have 3 Bodhi alerts while I'm live. Yeah, the scammers be scamming. Scammers be scamming. Terrible trolls be trying to get a rise out of everybody. Oh, it's spring break. That's why. All the 12-year-olds are home from school. That's why the terrible troll comments. They're not even good troll comments. Not even good troll comments. All right. Ready, Lesa? I should have known. I should have known that's why the trolleys be trolling. Be trying to troll. So, you know what's really funny? I think that I'm kind of impervious to the trolling at this point from being on social media for so long, but also because I was a pro gamer for a long time. There's not really anything anybody can say at this point that's gonna like shock me to get a rise out of me. But I know that it works on so many other people, and that's why they do it. But I'm just gonna say, like, if you're trying to troll, you probably better come with them like A++ game. Some A++ game. 'Cause, yeah. What the hell? Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that one. I saw it. I got it screenshotted. First of all, guys, I don't have a backup account. The fact that there are 6,000 people following this person, pretending to be me, with not even using my actual name. I just can't. I just can't. All right. Miss Lesa G. You have freedom, fulfillment, and going forward. All right. I wouldn't be surprised to know that you've had a lot of bird symbolism happening lately. And I'm going to say be on the lookout for it as well. The fact that you pulled up the freedom card first, and it's a whole bunch of barn swallows in flight, not just sitting there. Swallows represent freedom. Birds represent freedom. Birds represent movement. Pay attention to bird signs that come across your path, whether it's an actual bird or a bird tattoo. And I feel like I need to point out a bird tattoo specifically. You know how in the Matrix they say, you know, Neo is told in the first movie to follow the white rabbit, and it's a tattoo. So he follows the girl with the white rabbit tattoo. That's what I'm talking about. Pay really close attention to all the birds, especially bird tattoos, because I have a feeling that there's an interesting opportunity that's going to come up for you this spring, that it's not something you're expecting. It's something that you've been manifesting, you've been wanting, but it's going to come in a different form. So it'd be like, I want a new house, right? But you didn't really put parameters on what kind of new house you wanted. And you just assumed, like, you know, I have a 2-bedroom house now. I'd like to have a 3-bedroom house so I can have an office or a plant room or a witchy room. And you get a 5-bedroom house. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you didn't expect that. You're not going to say no, because having 3 extra bedrooms is better than 1 extra bedroom. So you're not going to say no, but it's going to be a shock, a surprise, right? That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if my kid cooked something or what I'm smelling, but it's not good. I don't know what that smell is. Like, I'm going to have to go. Sass or Scarly or Leanne, can one of you message Kay and ask if she cooked something? Because I don't hear her downstairs. Like, I don't know what that smell is. And it seems like it's getting stronger. It smells like something cooking. I'm just saying. Thank you, Sass. So, yeah. I don't like the smell. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Just saying. I mean, she was downstairs a while ago, and now I don't hear anything. So, yeah. I also am a little nervous because the other day, this weekend, like my kid had her window open, and I came out of my bedroom and I smelled sewer, and I was like, what the fuck? Something outside, somebody had a sewer leak, and my whole house smelled like sewer. It was so gross. So, and just the paranoia is pretty high right now. You know what I mean? The paranoia is pretty high right now. I'm listening to hear if I hear her coming out of her room. I have a bigger house, and so yeah, it'll take me a minute to get down there. Okay, Lesa. So this new opportunity that's going to pop up is going to be something that you want. You are happy for it to happen. Fish. Okay, thank you, Sass. That's what. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of smelled like if somebody put fish in the microwave at work for too long. Yeah. And I can't even say anything because I'm the one that set fish out for dinner. So I can't even say anything. And my kid's a good cook. So I'm sure it's going to taste fantastic. But Lesa, this is going to be something that's going to be bigger than what you expected. I don't think it's going to freak you out when it happens. I think it's going to be like an amazing surprise, a good surprise. And I think that whenever it happens and you get put into this new place, position, whatever, relationship, whatever it is, it's going to give you this sense of fulfillment. Sometimes the universe brings us stuff that we didn't even realize we needed. We didn't even know we needed it. Just like the house example. We needed an extra room and we got 3 extra rooms. And then maybe you have a kid move back home and, you know, or this, or you start working from home and now you need an office. Like you see what I mean? So it's going to be an amazing, fulfilling thing that you didn't even know you needed. That you didn't even know you needed. What I love about this is a shift. This is like the start of a whole new path. Because this freedom that comes with this opportunity fulfills a hole that's been inside that I don't think you realized it was there. I don't think you even realized it was there. Which leads to this. This is the going forward card. I think that you have kind of lost some motivation over the last 6 months and you don't know why. And I think that you know you've lost the motivation, but at the same time, you don't realize how bad it's been, if that makes sense. Sometimes we realize we've been in a funk, but we don't realize how bad the funk is until we start to get out of the funk. And then we look back and we're like, damn, no one told me, even though everyone told you, you know. When you finally start to feel fulfilled with this new opportunity, and be open to opportunities. Follow the birds, especially the bird tattoos. Pay attention. But when you start to feel fulfilled with this new opportunity, it's going to give you that drive back. And I think that this is something that you've been missing for so long, and you don't even know you've been missing it. I think this spring is going to be a complete shift in your personal reality and what you thought was possible. I hope that makes sense. I know I stopped in the middle of that with like, I don't know what that spell is. But I hope that makes sense, Lesa. what deck is this? This is the Sacred Destiny deck. This is the Sacred Destiny deck. This is one of my older decks, though. I've had it for like 5 years. I love this deck. I do. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. The artwork is gorgeous. The artwork is gorgeous. Good. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Absolutely. Yeah, the artwork is gorgeous. The only thing I don't like, the cards are like they're kind of a soft feel. So sometimes they don't shuffle as well as like laminate cards. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So they do stick a little more. You are so welcome, Lesa. So that's the only thing. If you order one of these decks, just know that's the only thing. They do stick a little bit. All right. Jessica C. So here's who's on my list. Jessica, Tisha, Nathan, Liz, Samantha, Charlene, Judy, Heather, Julia, and Hope. Yeah. I've tried out these are, and I that's why I said that this is an older deck. I hope that the newer decks are a different kind of paper. I've tried using a whole bunch of different things on these, and I'm kind of afraid to mess them up. But nothing seems to really help. Nothing seems to really help. All right, ready? Ready, Jessica? I love that this card just keeps coming up tonight. I love it. So you have going forward, abundance, and wonders. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I love this card. So pretty. I'm also a space nerd, so there's that. All right. So I'm going to start off by saying this. This right here tells me that you have decided that you're making a change. You have decided that you're done. You're moving forward. Nothing's going to stop you. Like, you have given yourself a jolt of intense motivation. I don't know what happened, what shifted. I don't even think you know what happened or what shifted, but, you made the conscious decision that you're done. You're moving forward. You're not going to stay in this low level bullshit anymore. You're moving out. Moving up. Moving on up to the east. Sorry. I used to love that show. So I'm proud of you for that, because I feel like everybody around you has been doing everything they can to hold you fucking back. And I hate that, and I'm sorry. I'm glad you're like, I'm pretty sure I know what that's about. I'm proud of you. Because when we have all these other people that are trying to keep us in the same spot because it's comfortable for them, it's really hard. We want other things. We want to do stuff. We want to experience things and be successful and have a good life. And we don't want to hurt anybody or leave people behind or anything like that. But you making this step, you making this change, you deciding that you're moving forward, I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Here's what I love about it. Abundance and wonder. Take the opportunity to explore this spring. The opportunity is going to present itself repeatedly. It could be in the form of a work trip, a promotion, a vacation, a weekend getaway. I don't know what it is, but I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 opportunities for you to explore. And when I say explore, I mean like get out of town kind of thing. There's going to be opportunities for you to do this. Take them. Take them. Even if somebody's offering you like, hey, I'm going here for the weekend. Do you want to go? Like, you know, no strings attached or anything or whatever. Go. Go. If your boss is like, hey, I need somebody to go to this conference or this or this, and you know the conference is going to be boring as fuck, but you've never been to this city before, go. Like, go. Because you getting out and exploring is going to open your eyes and show you some things. And I'm always going to encourage anybody and everybody to travel and to explore. I have done more traveling in the last 4 years than I did in the last 20. I used to travel. We used to go places a lot when I was a kid. But mainly it was, I mean, I grew up in Colorado, so we were always in the mountains. We were always exploring. And then we had a cabin in the Ozarks, so we were always exploring there too. So mainly it was just in this area, you know, Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas. But traveling around the United States, I wish that more people could do this. And I'm always going to encourage you guys to do this, especially you, Jessica. When you travel around the United States, you notice that everybody is kind of the same. Everybody is kind of the same. Everybody is trying to succeed. They're trying to have a family. They're trying to work. They're trying to have a house. They're trying to do things. Everybody just wants something better. You also start to see how beautiful just land is around you. Just the land in general. I never ever had an appreciation for the Southwest until I went to California, drove across Arizona, New Mexico in 2022, and I fell in love with the Southwest. I understand now why people love it. I don't know that I want to live there, except in the wintertime when it's always like 60 degrees. But I have this amazing appreciation for it. When you travel and you explore and you're able to meet all kinds of people and see all kinds of places that you've only seen on the news or on social media or in photos, it holds so much more significance to your soul. And I know that sounds all frou-frou-y and whatever, but I'm not kidding. Traveling changes you. Traveling changes you. So, Jessica, this spring, I'm going to encourage you to explore as much as possible. As much as possible. It's going to provide these wonders that you've been seeking. A lot of times we want an epiphany. We want a change. We want something amazing to happen to us. And we expect it to just happen. When we need to go seek it out. So by exploring, you're going to have this wonder that you've been missing. The abundance is interesting. And I know I skipped to the wonder and I'm going back. The abundance is interesting. Don't stress about how you're going to go explore. Everything will pay for itself. Everything will work its own self out. So don't stress about it. If somebody offers you the chance to go do something, just say yes and go do it. Just say yes and go do it. Part of this exploration this spring, I feel like I gotta whisper. Like I feel like I should be like leaning forward whispering. I don't know why. Part of this exploration this spring is for you to find this other abundance. And what's funny about this other abundance, and I'm going to say it like that, abundance is so many different things besides just money. Money's always our favorite, right? But the experience of exploring, meeting new people, seeing other cultures, seeing places that you've only seen in photos, and having the experience of standing somewhere that's just magic unlocks this crazy abundance inside. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. Go explore. This spring is your chance and your opportunity to explore. Go do it. Every chance you get, my friend. Every chance you get. Okay? Your epiphany and your wonders will find you. I promise. I promise. Does that make sense, Jessica? I don't want to call you Jess and you don't go by Jess. I'm sorry. Jessica. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. And you are so welcome. All right, Tisha, you ready? Okay. You have release, stillness, and then freedom. So spring is a roller coaster for you, basically. I mean, and I'm sure when I said that, you were like, well, fuck, all right, what else is new? Release, then stillness, then freedom. Right. Release means something different to everybody. But in this case, what I'm going to say, aside from bumping my whole desk, what I'm going to say is this. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Take some time. Pick one day a week and take some time to just like pick a closet, pick a room, whatever, and just release some shit. Just release some shit back out into the world. Whether it's clothes you no longer wear or just crap that's been piling up in the closet or whatever. It doesn't have to be a major purge. It can be as major as you want. But spring cleaning is empowering. Not only is it empowering, but we come across shit that we forget we had. You know what I mean? Every fucking time I clean, my first reaction is, God, I have so much shit. My second reaction is to look at stuff that I forgot I had and go, oh my God, I remember this. And then I end up reaching out to a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time. Or I end up with a pile of stuff and I'm like, all right, where can I go donate this where it'll actually help people? Like, but seeing the things that we've gathered and remembering like why we bought that particular coffee mug or why we have this ugly ass sweater, or seeing the things we've collected and we haven't been able to let go of. It's fun to remember all those things. It's also hard when it comes to releasing those things. Because, and I'm going to liken this to, so when we lost my grandma, it was really sudden and it was really weird. And I had to go help my grandpa with a lot of my grandma's stuff, her clothing and things like that. And like my grandma obviously had a much different style than I did. She shopped at Dillard's and JCPenney's, and you know, she had a very particular style. It was very proper. She was always dressed very nicely, and so she had a lot of really expensive clothes. I'm never gonna wear the majority of those clothes. Like I'm just not gonna wear them. But they smelled like my grandma, and so I took every single one of them home. And I would go in the closet. I had a big, huge walk-in closet. And so I would go in the closet when I missed her, and I would just smell her perfume. I would just smell her, you know? And I couldn't bear to get rid of these clothes for the longest time. And then when I started to get divorced, I realized that I really had to pare some stuff down. And even though I knew that I had a whole section of a closet that I was never going to wear these clothes, it hurt me to get rid of them because I was also releasing that grief. I was still holding on to that grief. I didn't want to let go of it. So when we release shit that we've been keeping, that we don't use, we don't wear, anything like that, when we release the things, we're also releasing all of the emotions and the heaviness and the memories and everything associated with it. So go through, and I want you to keep that in mind. Go through your closet, go through wherever. You know what I mean? Just start someplace. After, let's just say you tackle your closet, okay? You spend a weekend, you tackle your closet, and you get rid of a bunch of stuff, and like, oh my God, I can see my floor, and I have actual shoes in there, you know. Just enjoy that quiet for a little bit. Just enjoy the stillness for a little bit. I'm not saying that you need to every single day for an hour go clean this or purge this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying pick like one day a week, do an hour. You know what I mean? Like, don't overwhelm yourself. Do an hour. Really look at some things and let go of some things, and then just kind of let it be for the week, if that makes sense. Because sometimes just processing that, and I'm going to use the example of my grandma's clothes again. When I realized that I was keeping her clothes to hold on to that grief so I didn't have to really let her go, part of me felt stupid. And then the other part was like, I had this child freak out moment inside, because I was like, if I donate her clothes, if I let her clothes go, I'm letting her go. So I had to sit with that for just a minute and realize that I had to. I have a feeling that there's something in your space that's the same, like as I'm talking about this, you know exactly what it is I'm talking about. So just sit with it for a little bit, if that makes sense. Just sit with it for a little bit. You've been asking for liberation. You've been asking for movement. You've been asking for a change. You've been asking for, freedom is not the right word, but you've been asking for something different. Anything. And you can give that to yourself, Tisha. You can give that to yourself. Once you go through this and release what this is, and to be honest, I have a feeling it's probably a handful of items. Once you release these things, you're going to wake up one morning. It's probably going to be a week, 2-3 weeks after you're done with this part. You're going to wake up one morning and just notice that your chest is lighter, that you can take a deep breath, that you're just happy. Like, you're going to notice the change. That's the freedom. That's the freedom. And when that happens, when you wake up like that, you're going to be a completely different Tisha than you are now. And that's going to be the catapult and the snowball change. So when you're sitting down and you're doing this release and this purge, I want you to look at it as investing in your path and where you're going, not just to clean out your closet or your garage or whatever, but I want you to look at it as investing in where you're going, because you've been asking for this change, this shift, and you hold the key. You hold the key. So, and I'm going to say one more thing. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I know that you can do this. I think that you've not been wanting to tackle this release because of some of the emotions attached to it. I have faith in you. I know you can do it. I know you can. I know you can. Okay? I love you right back. I know you can do it. And I think that by the end of summer, you're going to look back at right now at this before the release moment and wonder what took you so long. I have all the faith in you. All of it. All of it. Every bit of it. All right, Nathan. You ready? Well, that was cute. Howdy, howdy. Okay. Is this the first time I'm reading for you? You can't make this shit up. It's been a long time since I've singled out a card. It's so funny. And I know other readers notice this same thing. It never fails to amaze me that every time you've been a silent fan for years. Aww. Every time I'm reading with a deck, there's always one card that starts to pop up. And what sucks is once I mention it, it usually doesn't pop up again. So I kind of hate mentioning it sometimes. So I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to say which card. Those of you guys that have been sitting here for a minute, you're going to know exactly which card it is. Because it has popped up in this particular spot several times. Several times. And y'all have watched me shuffle. You ready? You have going forward, action, and enlightenment. Dude, I don't know what the heck it is that you've been asking the universe for. But you've been telling the universe you want to change. You've been telling the universe you want action. You want action and passion and excitement, and you want your life to be an action movie, and like that's what you're about to get. I'm just letting you know, like that's what you're about to get. I don't know what it is you've been manifesting, but holy shit, sir. I don't even know if I should tell you to hold your big kid pants up or just let go and let your cheeks flap in the wind, because you know all the cartoons where they take off so fast that their cheeks are like doing that? Like that's the energy with this. Whatever it is that you started manifesting on New Year's is about to start like sliding into effect. And what's funny is I think that 2 of the first pieces have already been put into place and you don't realize it. And I think that you probably won't realize it for another month or so until you're on the voyage and things are like doing this. And you're going to be like, oh my God, that's why this and this happened. The first thing I want to talk about with this, though, is loss. Because I've been doing what I've been doing a long time. And I've seen it happen so damn much. When the universe is about to set you on this insane path, something happens inevitably, and something big is removed from your life. A relationship, a job, a house, whatever. Something big, a major pillar of your life is removed, completely removed. I don't think that's happened yet. I think that some little things have been removed, like things that just needed to be removed. Some little things have been removed. This is a big thing. This is a big thing. Once this big thing gets removed, though, it's on like every Donkey Kong. Like, it's gonna start like this. So I want you to keep in mind that you're the one that manifested it. I'm just saying. Just make sure that this is the time right now. I would say between now and next weekend. Look at what you've been manifesting and what you've been telling the universe that you want. Make sure you have all your T's, make sure you have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. Like, I manifested a building that I could live in and work in and pull my car in the garage and just, have this cool, funky building. And I forgot to say no stairs. So, like things like that. Like, just make sure that whenever you're, just check your manifestation. Why not the hiccups? Just check your manifestations again, just in case. Just in case. Maybe make sure you say like no stairs or whatever. Because once this starts, you're on this ride. You're on this ride. I don't think that your life is ever going to be the same after this spring. I think it's that kind of change, that kind of shift. It is going to be hard, and it's going to be something you're going to have to work at. And there's going to be nights when you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? But let me just say this from somebody who has manifested and busted their ass to do the things that they've done. There are so many nights when I sit there and I go, why in the fuck am I doing this? Like, why am I taking this? Or why am I taking that? Why am I letting these people talk to me this way or whatever? Why? I sit there and I question everything. And then I remember all of the amazing shit that I have gotten the opportunity to do. So when you're laying there in bed and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Why did I want to do this? I want you to go back and I want you to remember the amazing things that you've got to do. I also want to say this because I feel like you need to hear it. Don't be afraid to be epic. Don't be afraid to look different, sound different, whatever. Don't be afraid of that. We're all told all the time that we're unique and special, and we are. But then we're also told that, well, you need to conform and be normal and so on. Don't be fucking normal. Don't be fucking normal. Because you know what? The people that make fun of you for how you look or how you dress or how you talk or your hair or what you do for a living or whatever, they're miserable in their own life. The people that all they want to do is to cut you down, that all they want to do is to make fun of you or whatever, they're miserable in their own life. They are. I used to do that. I used to judge the shit out of people when I was younger. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they're wearing that. Or, oh my God, I can't believe their hair's like that or whatever. I was fucking miserable. I had 2 miserable marriages. I was miserable. And the more miserable I was, the more cranky bitchy I was. And the more I was like, like, when I finally started being who I was, you've made the decision to start making content. Gotcha. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to look how you want to look, to act how you want to act, to dress. I mean, obviously, don't be a dick, but you know what I'm saying. I have had a lot of people give me the following compliment, and it makes me feel like I'm finally who I'm supposed to be every time I hear this compliment. And I take it 100% as a compliment. I have had so many people tell me, especially when they see me at events or whatever, that I look like I stepped off a cover of a rock album or out of a punk rock magazine, or I look like the 80s or whatever. When I hear something like that, I'm like, bet. Like, I feel like I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. There will always be people that will make fun of you. Always. Always. Just know that. But the things you learn along the way, and the things you learn with the journey, and the things you learn with working really, really hard for something, and the ride you take with it, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. So just get ready. Just get ready. Because once you're on the ride, you can't get off. It's just like once you have a spiritual awakening, you're on that ride. Just saying. I'm just saying. So, does that make sense? Good. I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're excited. That makes me happy. You are welcome so much. You're welcome so much. And I love that I got to read for you for the first time. Liz, you're next. I do want to say this. Especially because, okay, you said that you're going to start making content. If I was asked the other day if I had to Liz, really? If I had to give advice to somebody who is starting out in content creation, what would I say? First of all, I would say don't. But I only mean that half jokingly. You have to have a thick skin. You do. You really do. I, for a long time, religiously looked at every comment, every message, everything. And of course, you get to a point where your account hits a level that you just can't keep up. If y'all saw how many private messages I get on TikTok, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I try to read as many as I can, but I just can't. Like, I just can't. The comments that I've gotten, the private messages I've gotten, there's a lot of them that are just, they are mean just to be mean. I don't understand that mentality. If I come across a video or something and I don't like what somebody is saying, I just like keep scrolling. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to waste my time or my energy. Oh, I don't like you, so let me send you a bunch of hateful shit. I don't care. I'm not going to waste my energy, my time. So just know that with anything on social media, there are always going to be fuckers that want to do whatever they can to see if they can hurt your feelings. Every time. All the time. If you guys saw half the comments, those of you guys on YouTube can scroll back and see. And those of you guys over here, if you go to YouTube and look at some of the comments, like it's crazy. They don't happen on TikTok as much anymore, but they used to be really, really bad. My mods can tell you. You have to have a thick skin. And one thing I always remember whenever I start to see hateful comments and so on and so forth is hurt people hurt people. People that are miserable in their own life don't have any other way to make themselves feel better except for putting down someone else. And I'm going to say this too. One of the things that I appreciate the most, that I have learned the most from traveling around the country, is an appreciation for everybody. It's an appreciation for everybody. Even people that I normally wouldn't agree with. It's an appreciation. I obviously am never ever going to appreciate someone that's hateful or appreciate someone that condones violence or discrimination or anything like that. But I have such an appreciation for everybody. For everybody. I don't know what my kid's doing down there. I just want you to remember that. You have to have a thick skin. You have to have a thick skin. All right. Liz. Okay. Ready, Liz? You are so welcome. You start off with relaxation, and then you have new beginnings, and then you have inner peace. I mean, this looks like a fantastic spring to me. Relaxation, new beginnings, inner peace, kumbaya. Sounds great. Sounds great. Liz, I know that sometimes we expect spring to be this whirlwind of change and new things and action and passion and all, you know, all the things. We expect it because it's spring, right? It's supposed to be. All the grass is growing and the flowers are blooming and the lake is there and the ocean is red. You know what I mean? Like we expect it, right? But your spring is actually going to be pretty fucking relaxing. What that tells me is that you've had a lot of fucking turmoil over the last 6 months. Probably a little longer, but really over the last 6 months. It's just like, here's what I'm going to liken this to. A parent that has their kids home all summer, towards the end of summer, you're like counting the days. You're on your watch, you're on your phone, like, how many more fucking days till school starts? Like you're doing that. Like you are so ready for the kids to go back to school. You can't stand your fucking self. And you feel like kind of a bad parent because you're like, just go back to school. And that first day when they're all back in school and the house is quiet and you're like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. This is glorious. And you take a long bath and you take a nap and you actually get the house clean. Like all of this stuff, right? And the second day, it's so quiet and it's nice. You get to enjoy your coffee, but you start getting a little antsy because there's not as much to do. And by that second week, you're kind of like, man, it's really quiet in here, you know? And so you start to miss the chaos. The same goes for summer, you know? You get so excited to have your kids home, and then after a while, you're like, oh, go back to school. That we forget to enjoy just the happiness of it. We forget, let's talk about like the kids going back to school and the house is quiet and you actually can, you know, take a shower or take a shit without somebody knocking on the door every 2 seconds or whatever. I mean, you may still have a dog or a cat that puts their little paw or their nose under the door, and that I can't do anything about, but you know what I'm saying. Appreciate that quiet. Appreciate that quiet. Because this relaxation, Liz, is something that I think you've been missing for a long time. you don't realize how unrelaxed you are or your life is until you get a chance to actually completely relax. A lot of us, myself included, I have a problem relaxing. I can't. I have a really bad problem with it. I'm a workaholic. I feel like if I'm not doing something constructive, then I'm wasting time. So it's very hard for me to actually relax. And I don't think that you're quite to the broken level I am, Liz, but I think that the last 6 months have been such turmoil that you feel like you always have to be on your feet. You always have to be on your toes, walking on eggshells, doing the things. Like you feel like you constantly need to be in motion. So the spring is going to start like bringing in a lot of relaxation and a lot of just calm and chill. And at first it's going to freak you out, but I want you to enjoy it. I want you to lean into it and just appreciate it, because the turmoil that's been happening for the last 6 months or so has been so intense that you're overlooking all of the changes that you're trying to make. Like you're overlooking everything that the universe has been helping you with, pulling in, etc. Every single thing. You're overlooking it. So all of the manifestations that you're asking for, all of the new beginnings, all of the changes, they're right there. And all you got to do is say, yep, I want that. Yep, I want that. Yep, I want that. But the thing is, you can't see it. It's almost like all of the turmoil has put all kinds of smoke in front of you, fog, and you can't see through the fog. The relaxation is like the fan that's going to clean all the fog out. And that's when you're going to see all of the things you've been asking for are literally right there. Are literally right there. I love the inner peace card with this, because I think whenever you start to have that fog in front of you clear and leave, go somewhere else, I think you're going to find that you already have inner peace. Everybody strives for inner peace, and it's something that people chase their whole lifetime. But let me tell you guys something. One thing that I've learned throughout my life is that inner peace is so much easier to find than people think it is. You already have it. You already have it. You just have to learn where it is. Inner peace isn't sitting on the top of some mountain or bluff singing kumbaya or for hours on end. Inner peace is a hot shower. Inner peace is that moment when you first snuggle down in your bed and you take that breath and you realize, okay, I'm comfortable. That's inner peace. Inner peace is the first bite of your favorite meal, or a meal that's just mouth-wateringly delicious. Inner peace is your pet laying on you. Those things are inner peace. Everybody's inner peace looks different. I kind of feel like the world tells us we have to find this amazing inner peace by traveling across the world or making all this money or whatever. And that's not true. It's not true at all. It's not true at all. When you start to appreciate little bitty, teeny tiny things, you're going to realize that you already have a ton of inner peace. You already have the secret to your inner peace. The first drink of boba, inner peace. The first drink of coffee in the morning, inner peace. Inner peace doesn't last. You don't find it in this miraculous miracle down on top of you. And for the rest of your life, you're this peaceful monk that has not a care in the world. That's not how inner peace works. But when you learn to appreciate all the little tiny things, you're going to see where all of your inner peace is already so intense that you just overlook it. So Liz, I just want to remind you that enjoy the relaxation of this spring so all of that fog can clear away and you can see all of the amazing new beginnings that the universe has already set in front of you. And for all of you, inner peace is easy. It's easy. I'm just saying. It's easy. Inner peace is easy. And just because there's some trolls on TikTok, I'm going to say this. No one can give you inner peace. I don't care. No God, no deity, no person, no place, no situation can give you inner peace. Nobody can do that. You are the only one that can do that. You already hold it inside of you. So if you think if you start dating this person or you go into this religion, you're going to have inner peace, that's not the case. That's not the case. No one can give it to you. You already have it. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to see. That's what a lot of people fail to see. So, I hope that helps, Liz. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right. Samantha Perez. Ooh, damn, I missed it. The blue Bodhi is in my live. Sweetie, I hope your intestines dry up so much that every time you try to poop, you just fart powder. Hope that every time your tummy aches from now on, you wonder about that. Y'all, I'm just letting you know right now, I do not have a backup account. I do not have a Blue Bodhi backup account. I will never, ever message you. I will never comment on a post saying that I'm drawn to you. I will never do that. That's a scammer. Please block that person immediately. Bullshit. All right, Sam. And by the way, if you're using my face, my name, my content, and trying to pretend to be me, I hope that you get some gorgeous, amazing, festering thing on your own personal face that never goes away until you stop being a scammer. Just saying what I'm saying. Sam, you have taking risks, miracles, and relaxation. I feel like you've been manifesting a pretty large amount of money. But here's what's funny. I don't feel like it's for some big new house. I don't feel like it's for some new car. I feel like it's something to do with either your body, your physical self, your health. No, I feel like that's what it is. Or it's somebody around you's physical health. It's something that you've been stressed out about for a while. like either copay for a surgery or something. It has to do with somebody's physical health. The taking risk card, I want to talk about that first, because this is not like, oh yeah, do some experimental thing. It's not that. Spring is going to bring you the opportunity to take some risks and work toward whatever this monetary goal is. These are calculated risks, though. They're not like, let me take my last $20 and go buy 20 lottery tickets. This is a calculated risk. The thing about calculated risks is this. I gotta quit chewing on my lip. The thing about calculated risks is this. There's still risks. Okay? There's still risks. Just so you know, there's still risks. Don't be afraid to take some calculated risks. Because it's kind of like whatever this money is for. I'm going to say this and everybody's going to go, well, duh. But I want you to think about it for a minute. It's really important. It's really important. And I know you're like, well, if it's something for health, like obviously it's important. You don't hear what I'm saying. Let's just talk teeth for an example. Do you know that a dentist can usually tell if you have a chronic illness, if you're pregnant, if like a dentist can tell a lot about your overall health from your teeth? Did you know that? How your teeth are is how your body is. So if your teeth are falling apart, it's going to cause you to have a lot of health problems. But yet, we're so afraid of the dentist and going to get our teeth fixed that we put it off as long as possible. I mean, I'm super guilty of this. We put it off as long as possible. And then when we finally go and get our teeth fixed, a week after everything's done, we suddenly realize that we feel so much fucking better. It's more vital than just some cosmetic thing. It's more vital than just, oh, well, you know, I've got a cavity or this tooth hurts or whatever. It's more vital to our overall health than just, you know, that tooth is ugly. So when I say that this money is important, I mean it's really, really important. Whatever this is that you're working towards, that you're saving this up for, it's more important than you realize. So take these risks. Obviously, look at them every single way you can before you say yes or no. Some of these are going to involve a change in your work. And I don't know if this is like a promotion, a raise, a second job. I don't know what this is, but some of it does involve that. I just want you to know. Nothing in a bad way, though. So don't think that I'm saying you're going to lose your job or something, because I don't think that at all. I think that this is like a step up. But it is something you're going to have to kind of think about if you really want to do it or not. This money that you're manifesting, you'll get it. You'll get it. Not only will you get it, but I think, so it'd be like if somebody said, oh, you got to come up with $5,000 for this copay for this surgery or whatever. Well, let's just talk teeth. Because usually, like, let's say that your teeth are failing and you know you need dentures or implants or whatever. But it's not covered by your insurance. You got to come up with, we're just going to say $5,000. I know that that's low, but we're just going to say $5,000. So let's say you come up with 3,500 and you go to talk to the dentist or whatever. And they're like, oh, that's interesting because we have a new program that just started yesterday where we can help you with the cost. Do you see what I'm saying? So work towards that main goal of $5,000, but know when you get close, it's time to kind of ask about it, because it's almost like the universe is going to see you trying and gaining the things you need to gain and then meet you halfway. I hope that made sense. Once you get this in motion, the health thing in motion, I think it's going to be finally time that you get to kind of sit back and close your eyes for a minute and go. And I think that this is a place that you haven't got to be in a long time. I think that this situation has had you so on your toes for so long that you haven't been able to sit down for even a minute and just kind of close your eyes and relax. And I think you need that so badly. I almost feel like this is for someone else, that it's not even so much for you. So take the risks. You know what I mean? Like, look through everything. Obviously, don't take all the risks, but look through everything, take the risks, and know that you're easily going to make this goal. You're easily going to make this goal. Does that make sense, Sam? Y'all aren't watching me yawn. You didn't see that. Oh, that's a plane. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. All right. Charlene is next. A lot of crazy things happening. Got it. All right. I find it funny. Y'all watched me shuffle. Not only did I shuffle, I also cut the deck 3 times. You're going to see why I said I find it funny in just a minute. You got to love it. All right. So you have miracles, illumination, and relaxation. I think it's funny that this is in the same spot as what Sam's was, and Sam also had this, but it was in a different spot. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. All right. It's so funny. I heard the song John Deere Green the other day, and seeing your name pop up, all I can hear in my head is that Billy Bob love Charlene? That's all I can hear in my head. So I had to get it out so I can concentrate. All right, Miss Charlene. I bet you've never ever heard that song at all in your life, ever, huh? I love that song too. It's so funny. When it first came out, I didn't like it because I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, what the fuck? But it's so catchy that once you hear it, you can't get it out of your head. Like, you can't. It's just that song that sticks. All right. I'm going to start by saying this. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Right now, in this moment, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You are where you're supposed to be. Like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And I know that it's been a while since I've read for you, but I know that you're looking at starting your own business and all that stuff. It's not time yet. And here's why I say that. Because of this miracle card. Okay? Someone told you that you have a curse on you and that it's a bad one. My first question is going to be, do you trust this person? Because, I want you guys to know this. There are a lot of people that I hear on social media. I will get on one of my troll accounts and scroll through TikTok and listen to readers and so on. And I will listen to them giving free reads and such, and telling literally 90% of the people that they've got an attachment, they've got a curse, they've got a hex. If you are actually cursed, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. Like, you're gonna know. If you actually have an entity that's attached to you, it will make itself known. You'll know. You'll know. Yeah. Oh, and they want money to get it off of you. Nope. Nope. I would say absolutely not. I would say that they're scamming just to try to get money out of you. And the thing is, too, it doesn't matter how experienced someone is that puts a curse on somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a smaller curse, like you'll never hold down a job, or a bigger curse, like a generational curse. You know. You know. But if somebody tells you that you have a curse on you and that they can remove it for X amount of dollars, that immediately, to me, screams scammer. Just saying. Immediately screams scammer. So let's talk about this. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I know it doesn't feel like it, and I know that we always, especially with spring, we want all of this new stuff to happen. But I want to show you this card, because I feel like the image on it is significant. Not just the card, not just that it's miracles. I feel like the image is significant. Just because you drive for a living, you move for a living, you travel for a living. The reason a lot of times that we're on the path we're supposed to be on is because the path that we're on is, you know, in the Alice in Wonderland cartoon, the original one, where she's on this path and she meets the Cheshire Cat. She meets, Absalom, the worm. She meets the flowers. She meets Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You know what I mean? She meets all these iconic characters, right? If she had decided that she was not walking down that path, if she had decided she was just going to sit right here until change happened to her, she would never have met any of those characters. and she would be stuck. Does that make sense? But instead, she just started moving and traveling and doing what she was supposed to do to try to go home. And it put her in the right place at the right time all the time. For her to meet the creatures, the people, etc., that were the guideposts on her path. The same goes for us in life. We get so caught up with this feeling of, I've got to change, I've got to change, I've got to change. But I'm not going to change. I want the world to bring the change to me. Because we are shown, told, etc., through movies and TV and social media, that the only kind of actual change is this massive epiphany thing that just shines all the light down. But that's rarely how it is. Sometimes just going on our daily path not only starts to bring that change in, but it starts to illuminate a lot of shit around us that we just skirted by. And I think this illumination is the main focus of this spring for you. I know that you said you wanted to start your own business, and then you said you've had problems like getting the money together to do so. Sometimes we have to trod along the same path that we've been on, that we hadn't really appreciated for a while, so we can see all the shit around us that we've bypassed. It's just like when you're a kid and the only thing in the world you want is for your crush to notice you. For this person, they're perfect. You're only in 6th grade, but they're perfect. And all you ever want in the world is them, right? That's all you ever want. That's all you ever need. And you pray to anything that will listen. And you beg and you plead. And then, of course, life goes on. And they move away, you move away, whatever. And you're heartbroken and the world's going to end. But it doesn't. And you just keep going. And then maybe 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you're happily with somebody else. Your life is great. And you run into this 6th grade crush and they're a horrible person. Maybe they've been in jail 50 times and it's all for beating up their significant others. And you go, you didn't know in the moment the things you were missing because you were coveting something so much you couldn't see anything else around you. You're right where you're supposed to be right now. You are always in the right place at the right time right now. The illumination that's going to come from this spring is going to be fantastic. I know you said that you've been trying to pull the money together for this. Starting a business can be really, really financially draining. I know. When this illumination really hits you, and I think it's going to hit you probably somewhere in the middle of nowhere. When this illumination hits you, I think it's going to be like an interesting kind of wave. And when that happens, as soon as you can, I want you to take a day or so and just sleep. Just relax. Just chill. Just don't do anything. Does that make sense? Make yourself not do anything. No thinking about work. No thinking about business. No thinking about the future. Just be a bum. Maybe watch Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. Just be a bum. Because that's when you're going to get the most out of this illumination. I mean, yes, 100% go on a cruise. That's when you're going to get the most out of this illumination. I have a feeling that there's something, a piece of the puzzle that you've been overlooking that needs to be put into place. And then it's going to be like, this is how I raise the money to do this. I think that you've worked so hard to start your own business, and the universe has seen that. I think the universe, it's not that I think, the universe does this on purpose. The universe will put all of the puzzle pieces in place, but it'll have this one turned over and we can't see it. So this illumination is going to be a big, big deal for you. A big, big deal for you. So take a day and process it, or a couple days if you can. I think this summer is going to be night and day different for you than life has been. But this spring is going to be very interesting. Why is it making me... I have never had it do that twice in one live. That's so weird. It made me verify that I was actually live twice, which tells me that somebody is either restreaming my broadcast or whatever. So let me say this. If you're not watching this on YouTube later, on the Blue Bodhi's YouTube account, if you're watching this thinking that it's live, it currently is the first day of spring. It is 3/20/25. It's currently 11:40 p.m. Central. So if you are watching this and it's some other time, you are watching somebody that they're scamming. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Yeah. So, does that make sense, Charlene? I hope so. So, yeah. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, that's just weird. I've never, ever, and I've had lives where I've been live for 6 to 8 hours at a time and never had to verify more than once. Ever. 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 It's bullshit. And noticing how many Blue Bodhi's came into my live on TikTok tonight. Yeah, I'm calling shenanigans. So I have Judy, Heather, Julia, and Hope. I am going to refund you, ladies, because I am about to lose my voice. I'm about to lose my voice. So I'm going to refund you, ladies, and get that back to you. So, yeah. Charlene made me lose my voice. We're going to blame it on Charlene. I'm just kidding, Charlene. We're not going to blame it on you. I can feel it coming. Like, I probably won't have a voice in the morning. So, with that, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to refund you 4 ladies. And then, yeah. I don't think I have a live scheduled tomorrow. I do have a live scheduled on Saturday, doing some cord cuttings and stuff like that. So, yes. I will see you guys. We'll see you Saturday. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow. I saw somebody on YouTube too say that their birthday was tomorrow as well. So happy birthday for you guys. Happy birthday, spring babies. All right. Let me end right here. Maybe, if it'll let me.